So this whole topic is actually such a cluster, but it's so valid. How did the Cullens know that you can suck the venom out of a human without turning them with their venom? Is the venom thicker than the saliva? So no, the venom is the saliva, and I don't think that they knew that per se, because Stephanie actually lays out how Edward was able to do this. And I do find it kind of amusing, but if you don't know, the Twilight vampires don't have fangs. All the fluids in their bodies are venom-based, but the only venom that has the ability to turn people is their saliva. And it is for this reason that Edward and Bella do not open mouth kiss in the books, and no, I'm not making that up. Stephanie actually said that, not because she might swallow it, because it apparently has no effect when swallowed, but she might have a small cut in her mouth and his saliva could get in that way. And he also has razor sharp teeth, even though he doesn't have fangs, they're all razor sharp. So he's afraid that that's going to happen and it's going to start the transformation process. So with all that information, one naturally would wonder how during this "I'll wrap you in my arms" scene in the ballet studio did Glitterbag manage to suck the venom out of Bella's wrist like that cat without turning her himself. Like, I get it, like the whole blood sucking thing is very angsty and hot in vampire stories, but these aren't really the kind of vampires that lend themselves to that with the whole caustic saliva thing. So Stephanie was asked this question, and in the illustrated guide she says Edward drank with his lips puckered as if using a straw and never touched her with his saliva. So you decide if that explanation works for you. Sorry to bring it to your attention if you didn't know. And reading this gives me the exact same feeling as when you think about how after all that and 4 books, Scumword turned Bella into a vampire by stabbing her with a giant syringe full of his spit, because like I said, the only fluid that has the ability to turn people is their saliva. And I know you remember it during Rasputin's birth when, you know, he pulls out the big needle and Jacob's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "My venom." So with that information, we can only assume that he was just sitting there hawking loogies into that thing like before this all happened. And it's just hard not to think about it once you know.